Yoji Uruha might come back, and here's why. As we know, Uruha and Samura had their duel to the death, which resulted in Samura's victory. But did you notice this important detail before and after the fight? Before the fight begins, Samura switches Tobimune for a normal katana so he and Uruha can have a fair fight. An honorable thing to do considering the fact that Uruha does not have Kumeyuri. After Samura cuts down Uruha, he switches the normal katana for Tobimune, and after a quick discussion between the two, Samura finishes off Uruha with Tobimune. Shortly after, Chihiro shows up, and after refusing to lay down Enten as Samura instructs him to, he immediately cuts down Chihiro. At this point in the story, we get the confirmation that Chihiro and Uruha are both dead. According to Shiba, several minutes after Chihiro died, the gash to Chihiro's lungs and liver healed and the wound closed, and he said that Chihiro's body was almost completely restored. The only theory that Shiba has as to why this happened is that Samura deliberately planned Chihiro's revival with the power of Tobimune, though he can't say for sure. With this theory in mind, Shiba theorized that there is a chance that Uruha may have been revived. And before this statement gets ignored, I'd like to point out the fact that Moku and Sumi said that Samura has only used the Masumi as ninja only once, and that was to fake the death of his daughter Iori. With this in mind, Rose says that considering the fact that Samura not only faked Iori's death, but Chihiro's as well, he believes that Samura must use death as a way to distance himself from the people he cares about. With all of this in mind, here's my conclusion. As the person who taught Uruha his sword style, Samura cares a great deal about him, enough to not drag him into hell and sever his contract with Kumeyuri. He does this in the form of a duel using a normal katana out of respect for Uruha. Once Uruha is injured enough to not fight back, Samura finishes the job with Tobimune. Uruha may have been severely injured with a normal katana, but his life was ultimately ended with Tobimune, and if Tobimune can revive anyone it's killed, then Samura has the option to revive Uruha, and if he does, Uruha is likely undergoing emergency treatment as his wounds from the normal katana won't heal the way Chihiro's wounds from his fight with Hirohiko didn't heal. Samura is likely hoping that this will keep Uruha out of the fight, but knowing Uruha, once his treatment is complete, he'll likely join Chihiro when the time is right. The concept of Uruha needing emergency treatment for his injuries could explain why Shiba never received an answer as to whether or not Uruha is alive. Additionally, as Ro mentioned, the forensics team may also be studying Uruha due to the fact that he is a former swordbearer of 18 years, which would likely result in a little gatekeeping toward his status. But as Shiba says, let's not get our hopes up.